Guys, what's up? It's Sadik Hadzovic, and we're in Chicago today, and I'm about to build the world's best protein bar. Now, I can't tell you guys how many times I've been asked from clients, fans, supporters about Sadik, what is the best protein bar to eat? And the more I researched, I realized that there was a huge void in the protein bar market. Now, for the past few months, I've been working on a very special passion project of mine, and we're finally here in Chicago, where we're visiting our bar manufacturer to create the best bar in the market. What's in there, like milk and sugar and stuff?
This? No, it's just black. 200 to 300 calories, looking for 16 plus grams of protein. It needs to be softer, needs to have diversity of texture, and needs to have, real ingredients. 7 to 12 grams of fat, carbs 20 to 25, 0 to 5 grams of sugar. The 0 to 5 grams of sugar is crazy, right? So this is the big challenge that you guys are gonna have is, it's Mother Nature. Honey has sugar. So higher sugar and stick with a sugar-based syrup, or do you want a somewhat lower sugar, but then you're gonna have to do some sort of hybrid of this and maybe this.
Let's do it. We have to beat these guys. I mean, let's do a blend.
Okay, right, yeah.
Otherwise, we're just making the same bar that they're making.
Correct.
And I want to make a better bar than these guys.
Yep, I agree. Let's talk about the source of protein now. So I can tell you how it performs in a bar. You tell me what you want in terms of its appeal to end customers.
Okay.
So end customers are looking mostly for this, or do they care, or which way?
They care.
They care. Okay.
The whey protein isolate is more of a, I have a bodybuilding background.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much the whey protein that we're using.
That you're using. Okay.
And casein kind of, for everybody, like me for instance, casein upsets my stomach.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I don't know what Rob's is saying. Casein upsets your stomach, Rob?
I think casein's trash.
Yeah.
Trash.
Me too.
All right. But if you do like 90% PB and you do 10% cacao butter, it'll let us slip in a little bit more protein and keep it a nice, softer, chewy texture over the long run.
Do you think that these guys, their bars are getting hard over time? Since
I don't know.
Strictly WPI?
I don't know. So the counter to that is that they're using two things that help out with that. A lot of fat, a ton of fat.
Vegetable oil.
Well, but just peanut butter. Right?
Oh, peanut butter.
Yeah,
Okay,
just this is a high fat bar in comparison. So at 13 grams of fat, it's 30 to 40% more fat than what's in a Quest bar. And the higher fat keeps it softer over time. So that definitely helps. And the other thing is that they're using honey, which helps stabilize the texture. It's called. All right, who's hungry? Let's try this.
All right, let's go. How do we do this?
Here's how you're going to evaluate it. Taste, texture, grittiness, sweetness, and this is for me, runnability. So taste is, does it taste like peanut butter chocolate? Texture is different than grittiness. We should not have any grittiness in this bar, but there are some bars that have flax or whatever else. You get kind of all sorts of. But does it have a nice, soft, pliable texture? Are you enjoying that one? Is the sweetness, and sweetness is different than taste too, because you can manipulate sweetness separately, right? If we need some sort of stevia, monk fruit, or whatever else, we need more allulose, this or that. So keep the taste separate from the actual sweetness.
Damn, that's good. Wow. All right,
I like the crisps.
You definitely get diversity of texture. When it comes off my machines, it's going to be like this. It's going to be soft. But when it hardens up, it's going to be like this, which is not like crazy hard, but it's going to be firmer. So once you just taste a piece this way, it's probably a little cold, frankly, but this is going to be closer to the final representation. You're not going to taste it as well because when you taste ice cream, it doesn't taste as strong.
Holy cow, it's just so good.
But I would say the bite is probably better on here. This is almost too soft, I think. This is about the right firmness.
Wow. Holy cow.
All right. So, we can't quit yet. You got to get your money's worth. Grittiness, no problem with grittiness, right? No. Sweetness, I think we're fine on sweetness.
We're amazing in sweetness.
Yeah, runnability, I'm fine. It may be a little soft.
I'm thinking the same thing. It's a little soft.
A little soft. So let's play around a little bit and get two birds with one stone, which is we may be able to up the protein, which is going to firm it up just a little bit, and still get a good taste and texture. We're not going to move it 5 grams of protein, but let's inch our way up. Let's try to go for a little bit more protein. It'll firm the thing up without losing too much sweetness or making it tacky.
Can you bring us up to 20?
I mean, I'm gonna try, right? I mean, we
Rob, what do you think?
If we walked out,
Is that pushing it?
right.
20 grams of protein on a protein bar?
I would push as far as we can.
Yeah,
Right.
I will push as hard as I can because
Yeah.
if you think of a scoop of protein is usually typically 24, 25 grams.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't this be a good replacement to a post-workout protein shake?
Yeah. Without a doubt. Good bench, good baseline to know. This is the texture, possibly a little too soft. This is the flavor profile and everything else. Without Velocitol, now let's go see what it does with Velocitol, and then we can think about jumping off and seeing more protein.
Excellent.
Okay.
This is a process I've never done before, guys. I've never manufactured a product. I've never been part of the manufacturing experience, but it's really cool because we're going to see this for the first time together as we're about to go see exactly how they manufacture these bars.
By 40 feet, we'll do about 90,000 bars today. I mean, it's pretty succinct. This one has the Velocitol in it. I think it's more or less the same bar, but we can just try it side by side. But visually, you can see it's a lot drier and more crumbly.
You think that's a bad thing?
Well, let's taste it on the mouth.
So what do we do here? The only difference we did was
We went from trying to get it from 18 grams. So this still doesn't have the tapioca starch.
Oh, it doesn't?
No, this is even before. Oh, you didn't try the V2. That's why. This is the V3. I jumped.
it's not good.
It's not good?
No, too dry.
It tastes like powder.
Sandpaper.
Yeah. Isn't it amazing? You fall off a cliff.
Just 1 gram. 1 gram.
I mean, we're not going to give up. I'm going to try again at this one. But seriously, this is the reason
That's
we're
gross.
in the box that we are, right? I want to be creative,
Yeah.
but you can't sell this.
No mas. No good. Too much protein.
I think we just go back to 1 and make it work.
Okay. So 1, but we're going to try to make it not quite so soft. So 1 has no Velocitol.
No Velocitol.
Yeah. If this was the effort to make it work with it, and it's still that's where it's at, it's not a good answer. Which is
going
fine.
in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Right. And again, what we've been trying to do is put the Velocitol on top.
Yeah.
You can make room for it, but then we're going to lose some of that protein. We're going to be down to 16, and then we're just the same as
Everyone else, yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to do
So-
that. I'd rather have higher protein than Velocitol. Yeah.
Okay. So, all right, we'll try. So I'm going to go back to V1, make it just a little more runnable on our machines. Make sure it still seems good from taste and texture. It should, but and then hopefully that's it. All right.
So, in case you guys are following along, what's happening is V1, which is version 1 of our bar, was just incredible. like super incredible. We try to up the protein, but every time we up the protein in versions 2, 3, 4, and 5, the bar was getting more and more gritty, a little more softer. It was crumbling. So we are gonna go back to version 1, make a few subtle tweaks to make sure it's perfect for you guys.
So it doesn't add to the ingredient list, but I wanted something that would firm it up a little bit, but not affect the taste or texture or any of the rest of that stuff. So I just had a couple other people try it, but I wanted to try it out.
Now we're talking.
So
Now we're talking.
my food safety guy, he said it tastes like the crunchy Jif. Because he really liked the crunchiness to it, which is part of what you're going for, right? Is that it's a more diverse texture, and I think the good news is that this is going to hold together as a bar, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not going to it's going to be able to go through the machines and not be able to do it, but on the mouth it's still very soft, very pliable.
Can we put one in the fridge and see how it is?
Great point. So let's go try that one.
Okay.
And see how it kind of firms up or whatever, but.
This is most similar to version 1.
Exactly. It's based off of version 1, but the only real tweak I did to it was add some oat flour in there just to get it firm enough but not mess up the nutrition.
Great.
All right, let's go. I'll try a couple on in the refrigerator.
Great. Wow, getting closer. So that's version number 5. So we've been here for about 5 or 6 hours formulating these bars to get them perfect. And it's quite coincidental because the first one is actually the best one.
You can manhandle that.
I think it's really fucking good.
It's so good, man. It doesn't even taste like. It tastes like unlike any protein bar I've ever had. Anyone. We ended up getting more protein in our bar than any of our competitors. Ended up reducing the sugars way lower than all the competitors, and just blew my expectations out of the water. And I had high expectations walking in here. Like I said, we came to build the world's best bar, and we built the world's best bar.
Like,
So.
if it's the difference between if and sometimes.
Oh, baby.
$5,000 worth of.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Unless it was pure gold. So here's these are V1 through V5.
Okay.
We're V1 through V4 and a couple of V5, V5s. So again, as I said, we just mapped the progress. So for any reason you want to go back and just to take a look, and for example, it would supplement with how it added or changed the
What
flavor.
is this? V1 through V5?
He's been saving them the whole time.
I've been saving them the whole time, right? The ones that we've been trying.
The old ones.
The old
I got
ones.
you. And then these are new ones.
Exactly. So this is the final one is that we settled on is V5. This is 24. Thanks for the extra push.
So this is what months and months of preparation looks like right here. This is our peanut butter chocolate. We call it the V5 or version 5. We spent almost 8 hours today formulating these bars to make them just perfect. I'm very happy with these. What we're gonna do is, how this process works is, we let them lay around for about 2 weeks, let them harden up, and see how it tastes after it's been a little weathered. So I'm gonna head home right now, sample them out to some of my closest friends and family, and yeah, thanks for watching us, guys, and stay tuned for more.